Now women forget all those things they don't want to remember, and remember everything they don't want to forget. The dream is the truth. Then they act and do things accordingly. It was an aphorism, yet it had me pinned to the ground, unable to deny its strength. It capitalized time. I was against the capitalization of abstract nouns, but still I found myself melancholy for these nameless men and their inevitable losses. The second part about women struck home. It remains as accurate a description of my mother and me as I have ever read. Then they act and do things accordingly. Well, all right then. I relaxed in my chair a little and laid down my pencil. I inhaled that book. 3 hours later I was finished and crying a lot, for reasons that both were and were not to do with the tragic finale. I lost many literary battles the day I read Their Eyes Were Watching God. I had to concede that occasionally aphorisms have their power. I had to give up the idea that Keats had a monopoly on the lyrical. She was stretched on her back beneath the pear tree, soaking in the alto chant of the visiting bees, the gold of the sun and the panting breath of the breeze when the inaudible voice of it all came to her. She saw a dust-nearing bee sink into the sanctum of a bloom, the thousand sister calyxes arch to meet the love embrace, and the ecstatic shiver of the tree from root to tiniest branch, creaming in every blossom and frothing with delight. So this was a marriage. She had been summoned to behold a revelation. Then Janey felt a pain, remorseless sweet, that left her limp and languid. But I still resist limp and languid. I had to admit, that mythic language is startling when it's good. Death, that strange being with the huge square toes who lived way in the west. The great one who lived in the straight house, like a platform without sides to it and without a roof. What need has death for a cover, and what winds can blow against him? My resistance to dialogue, encouraged by Nabokov, whom I idolized, struggled and then tumbled before Hurston's ear for black colloquial speech. In the mouths of unlettered people she finds the bliss of quotidian metaphor. If God don't think no more about 'em than I do, they's a lost ball into high grass. Of wisdom lightly worn, to my thinking, mourning oughtn't to last no longer 'n grief. Her conversations reveal individual personalities, accurately, swiftly, as if they had no author at all. "Where y'all come from in such a big haste?" the Coker asked. "Middle Georgie," Starks answered briskly. "Joe Starks is my name, from in and through Georgie." "You and your daughter going to join with us in fellowship?" the other reclining figure asked. "Mighty glad to have you. Hicks is the name. Governor Amos Hicks from Beaufort, South Carolina. Free, single, disengaged." I ain't nowhere near old enough to have no grown daughter. This here's my wife." Hicks sank back and lost interest at once. "Where's the mayor?" Starks persisted. "I wants to talk with him." "You's a mite too previous for that," Coker told him. "Us ain't got none yet." Above all, I had to let go of my objection to the love tribulations of women. The story of Janey's progress through 3 marriages confronts the reader with the significant idea that the choice one makes between partners, between one man and another, or one woman and another, stretches beyond romance. It is, in the end, the choice between values, possibilities, futures, hopes, arguments, shared concepts that fit the world as you experience it, languages, shared words that fit the world as you believe it to be, and lives. A world you share with Logan Killicks is evidently not the same world you would share with Virgil Tea-Cake Woods. In these 2 discrete worlds, you will not even think the same way. A mind trapped with Logan is freed with Tea-Cake. But who in this context dare speak of freedoms? In practical terms, a black woman in turn-of-the-century America, a woman like Janey, or like